know if y'all paying attention to these videos that have been surfacing lately about women being kidnapped at stores and maybe little children as well. Pay close attention to them. They're real.
What's good? You done clicked on the video, so I'm already knowing you with the vibes. So today, we bringing awareness and attention to the ladies out here. Because while y'all shopping at Walmart, it's real life people out here trying to kidnap y'all. Let's get into it.
And I heard woman say something about white van. What? It might be a van somewhere else. I don't know. I'm here in New Orleans, and I'm gonna tell you why to pay attention. I just caught it for myself. Here at the Walmart on Jefferson Highway in New Orleans. I go shopping. Well, you know, I'm doing my prep and shit, getting a lot of water. But anyway, when I walk in the store, I noticed a woman with a little bitty girl with her, look about 2 or 3 years old. She grabbed a basket. She's headed through them little sliding doors. But I noticed a man behind her. He's kind of close. So I'm thinking they're together. Until she got through the doors, he decided to turn around and go get a basket. So I'm thinking, well, they ain't together. I get in this motherfucking store. The woman walked by the bell peppers. She's finna bag some up, and I needed some too, so I'm going. But I happened to notice out the side of my eye that man was going slow away from us, but he kept turning to look. He went by the meat over there. He looking at ground beef. Excuse me. Then he fucked around, took the ground beef, put it in there, and started walking slowly that way. Then he backed up and came like he going towards the freezer. So the woman get a shit, she's going. I'm not gonna say nothing to her, because I don't know if I'm tripping. She's going down the aisle, the canned goods. Now, I'm not following. I go the other direction. But I want to see what the fuck's going on with this dude, if it's my suspicion right. She gets in the middle of the aisle, grabbing canned goods, looking at it, putting it in her basket, doing this. But the man's at the end of the aisle. He's grabbing canned goods, ain't putting them in the basket, just looking at her. But he still looks at this woman. This ain't right. So I said, you know what? I'm going to just let my suspicions run with me. I ain't going to startle the woman. I'm going to just keep my eye on this motherfucker. So I leave, and I'm walking, because I know he can't do nothing to her in the store. So as I'm going, I notice I went down to the chips. That's what the aisle, the chips. She goes get them big boxes, 2 of them big boxes of chips. He grabs barbecue Pringles in the thing. And yes, I know exactly what the fuck he grabbed, because I'm watching this dude. He's looking at the motherfucker, but he's steady peeking at her. I said, yeah, this shit ain't right. So now, I'm by the eggs, I get some milk, this, that, and the other. I can't find the woman. Then I look, she's headed towards the register. I'm gone. Didn't even get the shit I came to the store for, but I'm getting the fuck to that register. I don't see the man no more. The woman, I'm like 3 people behind the woman. She's over there getting her stuff, get a receipt. She's headed to that woman. When she headed to that woman to hand her receipt, I noticed I saw that dude walk straight past both of them outside. Guess what I did? I left my motherfucking basket right the fuck there. And I said, fuck it, I'm going outside too. I walked right out that motherfucking door behind that woman. And I'm looking for the man. When I walk outside, as I see her headed towards her car, I look to my right. He's standing right on the side of the fucking building on his fucking phone. And now I'm just standing there looking at my phone too. I want to see what your plans is. Closer she got to her car, I noticed she opened the back door, putting her daughter in. That's when he started walking slow. But here's the killer. He looked to me. He looked past me. He didn't even recognize. He didn't even pay attention to me, as I say. There was a dark smoke gray Toyota Tundra, black the fuck out. It started. When he looked at them, it started. Then he started walking a little bit faster after that woman shut the door with her daughter in the back seat, and she popped her trunk. I started walking a little faster to be in front of him. And I noticed the truck pull the fuck off and turn slowly down her lane. That's when I'm high-stepping it, but I ain't running. I get to the woman first and said, ma'am, excuse me. I said, I didn't mean to startle you. I didn't. I said, listen, my name's Charles. I'm not from New Orleans. I gotta lie a little bit. And I said, but I heard there's a fair out here. I got my daughter, and I just want to know if you know anything about it. And I said, you might recognize me. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. This shot fuck out of me. I said, you might recognize me. I'll be on TikTok. You know the woman stopped me? She said, oh my God. It is Unc. Confessions, Unc, it's you. And I said, yes, ma'am, it's me. I said, I ain't trying to brag or nothing like that. I said, but yeah, it's me. I happened to look over there where that guy was walking. He was standing behind a white Corolla. Now he's just standing in front of him, behind it, on his phone looking, but he looked back at that truck. The truck had already started. It stopped. But the problem was I was talking to this woman too long. The truck had to leave. Why? 3 fucking cars got behind him. 1 car blew their fucking horn. He had to go slowly. Now, this dude didn't move yet. So you know what I did? To let him know I know who the fuck he is, I turned past her and looked him dead in his motherfucking face. This motherfucker put the phone up and walked right back in front of the Walmart, headed away from the building, like, down the side of the building. But I noticed that gray truck, it came down with him out, pulled next to him, picked him up. They rode past the gas station, stopped for a minute, took a right, headed off. There's an interstate. They got on that fucking interstate. Now it's time for to confess to this woman. And I told her what just happened. I told her from the moment I walked in the store, everything I saw. Do you know what that woman said to me? She said, was it a dark-haired guy, kind of short haircut? A white guy. She said, with a gray t-shirt on? I said, you know what? Yeah. She said, I felt something about him. She said, because I noticed in a few hours I was at, he was there. She said, but I didn't want to just be like I'm paranoid. She said, then I noticed when I left, I didn't see him. I said, no, the reason you didn't see him because you was paying attention to your daughter and that car that was coming, you was trying to get y'all across the street. I said, but he was standing on the side of the building. I said, and there was a gray truck. I told her about the truck and everything. That woman hugged me. She said, thank you. Oh, my God, thank you so much. Now, I'm still concerned because I don't know where the fuck they really went. I told her, I said, listen, I'm on. And if you watch me, you know one thing, I don't bullshit or play around with nobody. She said, no, I can trust you. I know that. I can see that in you. I said, well, if you would need for me to follow you home, I don't care where you live in New Orleans, I'll follow you. The woman told me, no, you won't have to do that. She said, and I appreciate that. She said, my husband and my brother-in-law are at home. She said, and I'm about to call them right now. And I said, okay, well, I'll tell you what, my truck is right over there. My car, right there. I'm going to be walking to it. But I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to walk slow. You know what she told me? She said, if you don't mind, can you stand here until at least I pull out? I stood there with that woman while she pulled her car out. Then I went to my car, and I was going to still follow her. I'm not going to lie to you. I was going to still follow her. But she evidently talked to her husband or whatnot. She felt safe, and she headed herself home. So these videos that y'all seeing, it's real. It's real. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Why all of a sudden people coming out the woodwork to snatch women? It might have been they was coming to snatch her daughter. I don't know. But ladies, if you out there doing something, y'all be careful.
I don't care who you is. If you don't feel some type of way about listening to this story, I think you just inhumane. Cause you gotta have some type of mama, sister, daughter, wife, girlfriend, you know what I'm saying? You gotta have somebody near and dear in your life that's a woman. And to ever think that, damn, she could be kidnapped, like, that's traumatizing, bro. Like, at that point, I'm willing to up fight about that. Like, yeah, somebody life gotta get lost over that. But, yeah, man, he was definitely an angel for this lady. Then he pulled up on her like, you probably recognize me. I'm from TikTok. You know who she thought he was? Charleston White. Nah, let me stop playing, man. Let me get back serious. But nah, for real, ladies, y'all definitely like be aware of your surroundings while you out and about. And not just at Walmart, anywhere. Gas station, shit, Target, Publix, I don't care where you at. Just definitely y'all pay attention to y'all surroundings.
So today I decided to go to Walmart to get my lashes and my eyebrows done. And so afterwards I decided to do some shopping. As I'm shopping in the underwear in the bra section, right? So I noticed a pack of bra that was open and a piece of paper fell out of it. And the panties fell out the package. So I picked the panties up to put them back into the package. And I picked a piece of paper up and opened up and read it. It was like a list items that whoever wrote the list, that was just a list of items that someone needed. So I was gonna throw the paper back down on the floor, but I kept the paper in my hands because I didn't want to think nobody think I was littering. So I kept the piece of paper in my hand. So I walked the next aisle, and that's when I set the piece of paper down somewhere else. So as I'm walking in different areas, I'm noticing I feel a little woozy. I'm like, what the hell? I feel like I was about to pass out. So I'm like, oh, hell no. And before I even picked the paper up, the Holy Spirit told me don't pick it up, but I was being hard-headed. So I started feeling woozy. I'm like, why I feel woozy? I'm like, oh, my God. So I immediately started praying. Like, God, protect me, cover me with your blood. Please don't let me fall out. So the Holy Spirit, like, just walk around until whatever that you came in contact with get off of you. So that's what I guess that God covered me with your blood, because I don't want nothing to happen to me while I'm out here. So I walked around the store, finished grabbing what I need, And I'm feeling woozy, like damn, I feel like I'm at the pass out. I'm like, I cannot pass out because I don't know who put that piece of paper right there and who's watching me. So I played it off like I was okay. So I'm walking around, grabbing my knee. I know as I'm stumbling over my words, and I'm like, oh, and I feel like kind of like a panic attack was about to come on because now I'm freaking out. So I'm like, nah, calm down. God is with you, Hannah. Don't panic. So I went and landed and checked out and got up out of there. But as I'm getting in my car, I said, let me watch my surroundings because I don't know who put that paper there and who watching me. But to say this, be careful out there because people up here putting stuff on paper and make you feel like you got to pass out. And I knew not to touch that paper because the Holy Spirit told me not to, but I was hard-headed and didn't listen. So when you see a piece of paper on the floor, I know it's your man tell you to immediately pick it up, but don't pick nothing up off the floor. Don't do none of that because I don't know what the hell was on that piece of paper because it made me feel like I was high. I feel high. That's how I felt. I felt real high and I felt like I was about to pass out. So ladies, gentlemen, kids, watch your kids. Be careful out there because it's not safe. Okay? You guys have a blessed one. God is waiting on you.
At the beginning, she said she went to Walmart to get her eyebrows and lashes done. Let me not elaborate. Let me stick to the topic at hand. Okay, so I've heard stories of women going to the gas station and they say they'll go in the gas station, come back out, and they'll see like a piece of paper on a door handle or under the windshield wiper or anything. Just that wipe a piece of paper somewhere on their vehicle. Don't touch it. It's lace. Just call the police. Another one. Some of y'all be going out to the club. Them flyers that they be putting on people's cars. Y'all gotta be careful with those. Some of those be lace. I also seen a recent one where lady, it looked like it was in a foreign country, but the couple came up to her and they was acting like they was lost, looking for directions. They had a piece of paper and they putting it in the lady's face. And slowly but surely, you see the lady start to like faint. Luckily, somebody seen her and went and grabbed her. Like, where y'all trying to take this lady? Saved her life. But yeah, y'all be careful out here. It's ways where they lacing stuff, waiting for y'all to fall out and taking you. Like, be careful out here, man.
This one's gonna be for the ladies. The ladies. Hey, listen. Let's update everyone on especially Walmart parking lots. Ladies, you come out of the grocery store. You got your little one, say they're in a car seat. You put them inside the vehicle most of the time, get them out of the weather. You secure them, and then you get your groceries and you put them in your trunk or in your SUV, raise your hatch, whatever the case may be. Well, the new thing that's going right now is usually they'll send another woman to do it. And then they've got a van or somebody, a few vehicles down, that they're watching you. They've already scoped you out. They're watched you walk in Walmart, get your groceries, do all your stuff, come back out. They wait till you get everything in your vehicle secured. You're not paying attention to your surroundings. As soon as you get into your car and you close your door, normally you're going to grab your phone, or you might just go ahead and, adjust all your temperatures, get the AC going, whatever the case may be. And then you hear knock, knock, knock on your driver door window. And they're most of the time, hey, I was going to let you know, but you have a flat. It's all the way on the ground. It's flat. It's over here. They'll probably say it's on your passenger side. That's one of the reports that we've gotten here recently. And eventually, most of the time, you're automatically, oh my goodness. And then you get out. And as soon as you get out and you're going around, you're focusing on that. Your child's in the car. A van or something pulls up. 2 people jump out, throw you in. And within a matter of seconds, you disappear. You're gone. And this is going viral. Like, this is a very big deal in a lot of places right now. Ladies, it doesn't matter who's knocking on your window or your door. If they're telling you something's wrong with your vehicle, say, okay, thank you, great. You wait for them people to get away. Even if you need to go ahead and back out, you go ahead and back out. If you ruin that tire, even if it is flat, so what? Who cares? Drive off. Do not roll your window down, and definitely don't get out of that vehicle, because you might not ever be seen again. Y'all comment. Y'all let me know. Y'all share this out. Share it out. Get the awareness out there. Y'all have a blessed day. Bye.
Damn, how cold-blooded can you be? You gotta be cold-blooded to abduct somebody in general. But to abduct a lady while she's with her child? Bruh, you soulless, bruh. You heartless. Somebody like that, I can care less for. Like, you nothing to me. And it's crazy because I'm thinking about it from a real life scenario. Somebody like me, like I'm genuine love. And if I see a lady with her child and she got a flat tire, I'm gonna say something. And you know what? I'm gonna even offer a helping hand to help her get this tire changed. But it's crazy because stuff like this, somebody as loving as me, you can't even take me serious.
Y'all know that saying that's like, you never know what you do in a situation until it happens to you? Well, story time. Okay, y'all, so I make it my business to go out of my way to go to this one Walmart that is a little bit further from my house, but it's always stocked up. Like, the people are nicer. It's just overall nicer. And for my folks that are in Tampa, Florida, it's the one right off Gun Highway. Well, tonight I should say like this evening, because it was still kind of light outside when I went in, but it was getting dark when I came out. Well, I went there. I had like a whole little list. I started at produce right at the door when you first come in, and it was packed. From produce, I moved to the meat section. And then from the meat section, I went back to the aisles and started going up one aisle, down another aisle, up one aisle, down another aisle. While I was doing that, I noticed that there was a guy that was in every single area that I had been in, he was in, which wouldn't have struck me as weird. I wouldn't have even paid that much attention to it. But when I reached to get something off of a shelf, I could feel him like closely behind me, so close to where I turned around and was like, oh, like it startled me. And I thought to myself, like, is everything okay, sir? Why are you so close to me? Well, as I moved further and further into the store, now I'm in the back of the store. So I went from produce that's in the front, right when you come in the door, to all the way at the back of the store by dairy. I realized he was there again, which I wouldn't have even maybe paid him any attention had he not been so close to me in one of the aisles. Well, from there, I went to the baby section to get formula, and I realized he was there too, and he was staring right at me. We made eye contact, and when we made eye contact, I realized he didn't have a basket, definitely didn't have a baby to be in the baby section. He also didn't have one item in his hand, but was in every aisle that I was in. Mind you, now I have a whole cart full of stuff. He doesn't have a cart. I mean, he doesn't have anything, and he's just looking at me. Now that we've made eye contact, he hurries and tries to get on his phone real quick. Something in my gut, y'all, told me that something wasn't right. And normally I wouldn't pay any attention, not even to just him being where I'm at, but also I normally have both of my kids and I'm like being pulled in a million different directions. But he was like right there. Every step that I made, he was right there. And as soon as I got that feeling, I saw an employee turn the corner and I was like, hey, excuse me, do you work here? And she was like kind of hesitant, almost like maybe she was about to get off or something. And I was like, please, I think I'm being followed. So she was like being followed. So I tell her quickly like what happened. And then I was like, yeah, he was just right here. And she was like, where is he now? And as she's saying that, she's like, is this him? And I was like, yeah, look, that's him. And he sees that we both like are looking at him, and he turns around and goes straight down the aisle. So we can see him, but he's like further down. So she's like, I'm about to call security. So she calls security, and when security gets there, I'm telling him what's happening. The guy comes back, but now he's put his hood up. And the guy was like, is this him right there? And I was like, this is him right here. And he kind of is walking towards us. And I'm thinking to myself like, okay, maybe I was tripping because, sir, you being real bold. Well, security, he jumped right on it and he confronts him. I don't know what I thought was going to happen, but I was like, this is uncomfortable. I'm going to go. So I like quickly walk away. I go to the front of the store. I'm, of course, about to check out, and I'm like, dang, I don't even know. Did they get this man to leave? Because I just left. I don't know what happened to him. Maybe he's outside waiting on me. I literally have no idea, but my gut is just like something was super weird about this. So I tell an associate, like, can somebody follow me out to my car because I think I'm being followed? And as I'm telling her that, the security is looking for him. Head on a swivel, like just looking around, looking around. They go out the store still looking for him. So I'm at this point trying to hurry up and check my stuff out. I was about to leave that stuff, to be honest, y'all, because I'm frazzled. I don't want really anything to do with this. Like, I just want to leave. By this time, the associate that I told at the checkout is nowhere to be found. So I'm about to leave, and as coming out of customer service, I see a guy that I see there all the time. He's there every time I'm there, super high spirited, and I stopped him and I was like, hey, I think I'm being followed. Is there any way that you can get somebody to follow me to my car real quick? Like, I'm already checked out. And he was like, oh, is it okay that I can walk you out there? Is that okay? I immediately was like, yes, please. I would love that. So as I'm walking to the car, he was like, so what do you mean? You said somebody was following you? And I was like, I think so. Like, security got involved. And is that something that happens here? Like, has that ever happened here? And he was like, yes, 3 times in the last 2 months. I'm shook. I'm like, 3 times? Y'all need top flight security because this is crazy. He's like, yeah, you're the second person this month to tell me, just me, on my shift. So I can only imagine. And he said, by any chance, was he a tall black guy wearing black bottoms and he had on like a hoodie? I'm shook. I'm like, yes. How did you know that? And he was like, did he have his phone out? I'm like, oh my God, yes, he had his phone out. That was him. How do you know? And he's like, yeah, he's been caught here before. He was probably taking your picture. And I'm like, oh my God. Immediately, I get chills because this man needs to be stopped. Don't get me wrong. Maybe his only intention was to be a creep and to take pictures, which is disturbing. But also, who knows and who was about to wait around to find out what else he might do. This world is just too crazy, and I never thought that something like that would happen to me, much less me reacting the way that I felt like I needed to get security involved and stop all these people and not make a scene, but it just wasn't me. But it immediately made me super uncomfortable. And I'm saying all this to say, I would have never even given this another thought before had I not seen videos of women speaking up and bringing awareness to stuff like this happening in grocery stores and parking lots. It was getting closer and closer to home, but it just goes to show you that pay attention to your surroundings. Ladies, this is real. God only knows how this could have went. And I'm just so grateful that everybody that was involved in the situation was so eager to help. Send this to all your friends and family that live in the area.
So I'm from Florida. And if you know, like I know, everybody's strapped. Everybody has a firearm. It's open carry here in Florida. And if you don't got a firearm, you got some type of blade or some type of spray. Like, that's just the thing here. So it's crazy to think that somebody would play with somebody's life like that here in Florida, because people here ignorant. Just give them any reason to go, any reason to up fire. Oh yeah, they doing it in a quickness. But another thing, if you made it this far in the video and you're not subscribed, what are you doing? You creeping? Are you stalking? Like, stranger danger? Because it's clear as day we don't like those kind of people. Like, that's weird activity. Don't be like that, man. Hit that subscribe button. And if you are subscribed, man, I appreciate the love. I appreciate the support, man. Y'all hit that like button. Y'all share this video. I feel like this is very informative. Also, I said hit the like button. We talked about y'all that's creeping and not subscribed. Oh yeah, hype me up. And until next time, I'll holla.